Puerto Rico, rated at 195 pounds. Here's the Puerto Rican Nightmare, Adam Mayhem.
Adam Mayhem at our last show faced Jacob Fatu in a really interesting matchup. It was our first time seeing Mayhem, but he's had a great 2018. He actually, Eric, just came back from a tour of Asia. He wrestled in Korea, he wrestled in China. He's also record, of course, his Puerto Rican heritage. He has wrestled in Puerto Rico as well. This kid has a lot of tools. We saw them on display against Jacob Fatu last time.
You think not even that long ago, China, Korea, there was no tours to even go to.
Right.
And now we are just getting all this talent coming in. It's really exciting. I'm really happy he's back. Opening match here with an all-time PPW favorite.
Yeah, one of the guys who helped get this started. He was in the main event of the first show.
Boy on our first show 4 years ago.
That's right. The Flying Lion back in the Phoenix Theater.
California, weighing in at 165 pounds. He is the Flying Lion, Marcus Lewis.
What can you say about Marcus Lewis? The 5 years we have seen him all over the Bay Area. 4 years here at the Phoenix Theater in Petaluma. As you said, he was the poster boy of our first show back in November of 2014. He faced the late great Virgil Flynn in our main event that year.
And this guy is tough as hell. He's fought back from some tough injuries, and he's as good as he was before. The guy is just awesome.
We talk about it with these younger guys, both guys in their 20s, early to mid-20s. They really want to get after it. They're going as far as we heard with Adam Mayhem. He's going over to Asia to run tours.
Yeah.
You're seeing Marcus Lewis try and run up and down the West Coast. These guys are really trying to get their names out as best they can. It's really neat. If you think about some of the names that have come through the Phoenix Theater, you're talking about guys like J.R. Kratos, guys like Jeff Cobb, guys like Marcus Lewis. These guys who have worked for so long here in the Bay Area to really make themselves a name, not just here, but all over the place. It's really neat to see Phoenix, the pro wrestling, kind of be a proving ground for some of these guys.
Oh, for sure. And there's not really a local place up here. We get, a couple other touring brands coming through the Sonoma County area, but Phoenix Pro Wrestling is the only consistently run fed here. And Lewis has been by far one of the biggest stars during our run. I'm already liking what I'm seeing here. He seems like he's bulked up even more, packing on that muscle.
Yeah.
He's looking good. This is going to be a hot opener.
165 pounds, but they call him the Flying Lion for a reason.
Sure. I weigh 165. I don't look anywhere near as cool as Marcus Lewis.
Right. And Adam Mayhem, you got to remember, when they last saw him in June, he's going to be the guy against Jacob Fatu, who you want to talk about a guy who skyrocketed, a guy who we've seen here in a Phoenix Pro Wrestling ring.
Yeah, good luck getting him back here, right?
I heard he's down at a certain show in L.A. tonight.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, but I'll say this. He really showed us something last time. It was the first time we had seen Adam Mayhem. We had heard a few things here and there, but all of a sudden he comes down here. He has a great showing against Jacob Fatu. Really one of those showings that if you had never seen a guy before, you're wanting to see more of him. And we get a chance tonight to see him against a guy, Marcus Lewis, who, as you said, really has honed his craft well, even coming after that concussion injury from a couple years ago.
Bad concussion. I am just so impressed with Marcus.
You can hear this crowd filling in even still. It is smoke-filled outside. It is hot indoors. And Adam Mayhem grabbed.
Usually we're supposed to have a smoky bingo hall, not a clean bingo hall with a smoky exterior.
Mayhem grabs the headlock and hits Marcus Lewis with a tackle and smiles about his work there. Both men very athletic, though. And an arm drag by Lewis and returned by Mayhem. And a Japanese arm drag. And another one by Mayhem. Back and forth they go. Oh, you could be looking for the gut buster. No. Bull Nelson, Mayhem, no. O'Connor roll, no. Oh, he was looking for that knee, tripped up by Mayhem. Angel better get out of the way. Trying to make the count. Lewis and Mayhem almost knock him over.
The bane of Angel's existence right there. And I got to say, one thing I noticed, those guys were clearly going move for move, toe for toe when they were throwing the arm drags. I think Mayhem's had that extra fast little snap to his.
Yeah.
Lewis did a looping Japanese arm drag. Mayhem comes there and snaps it over. I'm liking that intensity from Mayhem.
I'll say this about Mayhem. He showed this quickness, this sinewy quickness the last time we saw him against Fatu.
Sure.
And right there, with him playing to the crowd and Marcus Lewis trying to get this very heavy fan base behind him, very much behind the Flying Lion, Mayhem takes advantage. And think about this. Mayhem's here in June. A guy like Fatu at 265.
Yeah.
He's now against a guy who's 100 pounds less than he is. It might be as athletic or even more so.
Kicked his knee out.
And a drop kick. And a nip up by the Flying Lion.
Look at that. Just a nice shin to the patella as you're expecting a lariat. That's a rough surprise.
That Lion's claw, along with that running kick that Lewis has at his disposal. Wrecking ball drop kick through the ropes. And he might go for a little dive here. No, Mayhem. Forearm shots him before he's able to leave the ring. Might be looking for a slingshot. He does. Nice. Into that complete shot. Deep hook of the leg there, but only two.
And you can tell Mayhem's got a plan. You can tell he has taken this match the direction he wants it to go.
Double wrist lock here.
But I don't know if I've ever heard a crowd louder for Lewis. So.
No, Lewis really has a following here tonight. One of the most popular pro wrestlers in the Bay Area. Look at this nice transition.
Yeah.
Going to the other arm, and now looks like he's trying to get some type of.
I really like the avenues Mayhem's creating. You could see he was thinking of going for an octopus, instead kind of moved into an abdominal stretch, ended up taking over the arm, and now he's working for a rear naked. I mean, the guy, he's kind of owning Lewis right here.
Yeah, and Lewis is tucking that chin. He's trying to make sure that Mayhem can't get that wrist underneath him. But Lewis is able to get his toe on that rope.
That's smart ring awareness by Lewis. Mayhem dropping an elbow back of the neck.
Brainstem almost.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with a guy like Mayhem. He really has a varied amount of offense. We've seen him fly. We've seen him with these like precision strikes.
He seems like a guy who's really good at adjusting offense depending on opponent.
But it's Marcus Lewis with the strikes coming back. A few European uppercuts, and there's that elbow to the back of the head again.
That head.
And it's snapmare, and he's holding the mane. And then coming off the ropes. Oh, wow. Just a roundhouse kick right under the jawline. And he has a few words for some fans.
Lewis did himself a little favor by seeing it coming last minute. Tried to slip out, but you could tell Mayhem still caught him.
But yeah, you could tell that Lewis took the brunt of that because
if he had not absorbed at least some of that, I don't think we'd just end up with a 2 count right there.
Mayhem has been in control since that opening back and forth. But he's happy with himself so far, but he's got to watch out. The Lion knows what it takes. A nice little kick to the arm there. Sitting him down. And a wrecking ball drop kick back in. Lewis loves going up for that 450, but Mayhem sees it coming. He's to his feet. Oh, cross body. Cover, hook of the leg, only 2. Mayhem got to his feet knowing that Lewis likes to fly. Rolling snapmare. Mule kick missed. Moonsault hits knees.
See, Mayhem had the whole last 2/3 of that sequence scouted.
And he grabbed the key lock.
Wow.
Second time of the match he's gone to that key lock.
This is what I'm saying about Mayhem taking this the exact direction he wants to go. He felt that mule kick. He knew it was coming. He'd been there before. Already had the knees up waiting to catch that moonsault.
And now kind of a reverse short arm scissors here. Oh, we've seen this before. He might be trying to hyperextend the other arm, and he does!
He's playing for keeps at this point.
The elbow, the shoulder, the AC joint, all getting hyperextended there by Adam Mayhem. And he might have picked up a few moves overseas, it looks like.
Sure.
World traveler indeed.
That's what I'm saying about him adjusting his offense to his opponent. You aren't going to see him trying something like that against Jacob Fatu.
No.
Like that, it would be ridiculous to try. But he knows against a smaller guy, more size appropriate, he's got a different arsenal available to him.
But Mayhem right now thinks he has this firmly in control. But we've seen it from Lewis before. He cannot take him lightly. The Lion hearing it from his fans.
I'm liking these, like, not full extension, but these kind of short, hard, meaty chops.
And he lights up Mayhem! Returning fire!
There's no arguing with that, though.
Reversal. Ducking the clothesline. Hits one of his own. And a second. And he's laying it into Adam Mayhem. A third. The Lion. Ready to roar. Pele kick. And he might be going for it again.
Oh, wow.
Earlier in the match, he tried this, but Mayhem was able to wiggle out. He's able to do it a second time. He had a sleeper on. Lewis rolls back, almost got the pin there. Small package, Mayhem on top, only two. Ducking the clothesline. O'Connor roll again, held on again. Don't know how much he got of that mule kick.
Mayhem was ducking, smart.
And he got it the second time.
Couldn't get out of the way of that.
Cover, hook of the leg, only two. And while he did get more that second time around, Mayhem's still able to get that shoulder up.
Yeah, I think Lewis wanted more out of that one, so Mayhem kind of lucked out.
And a forearm shot by Mayhem, returned by Lewis. Mayhem can lay him in, but
Lewis's shots seem to be getting harder the longer the match is going.
We've seen him go toe-to-toe with guys like Jeff Cobb, Drake Frost.
Yeah.
Oh, Mayhem!
Lewis is more often than not fighting a larger opponent. Oh, man.
But he returns one just the same. And a European uppercut as these two are just lighting each other up to begin this 4th anniversary show. Corner to corner here. Leap, no, caught by Mayhem. But he forces him back into the corner. And now he might be looking for 10. No, Mayhem ducks under. And a cheeky Nando's.
What are they calling that one?
Cheeky Nando's. That's a Bill Ospreay term.
An oh, okay.
Oh, sits out full Nelson right in two. That's, looks like either a rear naked choke. That could be the old Taz Mitchell, the Kata Hajime with the way that arm is hooked.
He is.
He's trying to link his arms.
You can see him trying to get them hands tight in that grip.
He really now.
He is really in the middle of that ring too. Lewis is a few feet away still.
And Lewis, just gets that left leg over. And Mayhem, knowing he has a count of 5.
Mayhem should have grapevine that leg. He was so focused on locking those hands.
And this is what you're talking about, that varied offense. Mayhem right now is in a situation where when you think about what he's had to try and do to Marcus Lewis, he might be running out of ideas. He had a game plan, obviously.
He's the last few minutes, he's seemed a little bit more, I can't say lost, but I don't know, frustrated. Plans have changed a little bit.
Give it to Lewis there. He's really stayed in here, even with some of the things Mayhem is doing. Mayhem has been lining him up with some shots. Of course, he's tried to hook in a couple of submissions. And now, could we be looking at a punt here by Mayhem? Punt, maybe a curb stomp perhaps? What does Mayhem have in mind? He was looking for a punt. Lewis out of the way. He could be looking for it. Wasteland slam! And that is the setup, perhaps, for the 450. Can he get up there? Mayhem down. The Flying Lion ready to fly! And a victory for Marcus Lewis.
And your winner by pinfall.
That's got to be ready for the Charlie Brown, man.
Marcus Lewis.
Can't happen anymore.
For the second straight show, a great showing by Adam Mayhem. And he really was in control for the majority of both this match here and against Jacob Fatu. But tonight, the Flying Lion, as he has shown for 4 years now, is still the beating heart of Phoenix Pro Wrestling.
Adam Mayhem's put in 2 good showings in BBW against a tough draw of an opening 2-match opponent. And that's tough to start out your BBW career against Fatu and then Lewis. So he'll be back.
He will be.
He'll be back.
Good showing again by Adam Mayhem, but it's just not quite enough this time around.